Joining us now from New York City, Doug Schoen, who's now a Floridian. Schoen left us here in New York to fend for ourselves, but he's our go-to guy on political strategy. He's the author of the book, The Politics of Life. You might want to check that out. Am I making any mistakes in my analysis? Anything you quibble with?
You know, Bill, I was listening, hoping that I'd have some disagreement, but you're fundamentally right. And I say this not to be a flatterer, but to just recognize the obvious. Trump has emphasized issues other than inflation and the economy and prices to his detriment. You're exactly right. It is that simple. With all the emphasis on immigration, he's actually succeeded in stopping illegal immigration. He has not succeeded in bringing down inflation far enough or prices enough. That's number one. Number two, you're right about the shutdown. The incumbent party gets blamed. Trump was blamed. And my assessment of New Jersey is they were more concerned with Trump and the shutdown and affordability than they were with local issues. That means the Democratic campaign succeeded by being anti-Trump and pinning the economic malaise of the country on him and the Republicans. There is no Democratic agenda. There is no Democratic alternative. And Mandami is a huge risk to the Democratic Party. So I agree with your assessment about where we stand, but Trump and the White House have to take this as a wake-up call. If they don't, they will be in serious trouble.
You know, the inflation number is not bad. It's the high prices for the essentials of life that's driving people's disenchantment and anger. So, for example, gasoline prices where I live are down. They're below $3 a gallon now. But utilities are killing you. And you go to the grocery store and the restaurants, it's insane now. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right? And people hear tariff this, they don't know what the tariff is. We explained it last night, but tariffs are not real to people. And people vote on what's real, what they can see and feel. Now, one of the criticisms I've had of the Trump administration is their messaging is not precise enough. We know what he's doing. We don't know why he's doing it. And they don't back up a lot of stuff. For example, the ICE raids. After every controversial raid, there should be an explanation. Here's what we did. This is why we did it. Here's who got thrown to the ground. We made a mistake or we didn't make a mistake. But none of that seems to be coming forth. So it's easy. It's easy for people on the fence about Trump, not the MAGA people or the Trump haters, but the people in the middle, to take a negative view if you don't get precise messaging. That's where I think the big weakness is.
You know, again, Bill, I, at the risk of having to agree with you, what political communication is about is outcomes. That is, what's in it for me? How are we going to benefit from these raids? But most important, how are we going to benefit at the grocery store, the gas station, at the, bill paying each month for utilities? Why are the tariffs and the other economic policies going to benefit consumers? We don't have an answer to that.
Well, yeah, it's too early, though, for the tariffs. And then you get the Supreme Court
now.
You can
explain what you're trying to do, as you correctly
They got to explain how those tariffs, and he has to some extent. But it's all him. It's 100% Trump. And he is available. And he is accessible. And he does go out and do the gaggle with the press and all that. But he doesn't have the follow-up needed in the department area, Homeland Security area, agriculture, whatever. Look, Trump can't control wages and prices. The executive branch can't do that. You can do that in socialism and communism, but you can't do it in capitalism. So he's got to have a plan and say, this is how I'm going to bring down the price of meat. But I haven't heard a plan. Have you?
Nor have I. And again, politicians want to know, voters want to know that politicians are on their side. They believe Trump is forceful and zealous. They just do not get the logic and the outcomes that he is seeking. You're right, tariffs are complicated, but what is going to be the end result in his terms and in the administration's terms? We don't know.
American homeowners, the FBI has been warning all of us about a type of real estate fraud called title theft. The target, your equity. With just a forged signature, ownership can be transferred out of your name, and without protection in place, you are facing an emotional and financial nightmare. That's why I partner up with Home Title Lock. You can find out today if you are already a victim and protect yourself. Use promo code BILL at HomeTitleLock.com to get a free title history report, plus a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring, urgent alerts, and if you are a victim of fraud, they will spend up to $1 million to fix it. Don't be a victim. Protect your equity today. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL, or use the link below. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL. The end result is more jobs in the manufacturing sector that pay higher wages. And if you're a sophisticated person, you understand that's what could happen. Could. But it hasn't happened yet because it's only been 10 months. Now, the final area is Trump's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
This is everything to him. Everything. If he loses the midterms, the Republicans lose one or both houses, he's shot. He can't do executive order after executive order after executive order. Every single one of them will be thrown into the courts. We don't know how the courts are going to rule on the tariffs. I do believe they're going to give the president some wide discretion on the tariffs, but not everything he wants. They'll pull him back a little bit. We went over that yesterday with the law of 1974, which explicitly says the president can balance the flow of money out of here. He has the authority to do this. It's a national security issue, but it hasn't been portrayed as a national security issue. But it is. See, this is what I mean. But if Trump gets waxed and the Republicans lose in 26, pretty much all over for him, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing you didn't mention, Bill, knowing the Democrats and their absence of a message, there will be more investigations of Trump, the Trump family, and the Trump administration.
I don't think I don't think that'll be a factor. Americans are numb to that. They know the game.
It will tie things up, Bill, to just finish my point. It'll tie things up and distract from what the people really care about, which is, what are you going to do, Mr. President, to make my life better?
Like the ballroom thing is not a big issue for me. Privately funded. He wants a big ballroom. He wants to have the best facility in the world for the federal government. I don't object to that, but it's a diversion, as you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And people go, well, what do we need this big ballroom when I'm paying this much money for bacon and I'm buying cereal and half the box isn't there? That's the biggest con in the world. Whereas you buy the food and there's a fourth less food in the box or the can. And they've been doing that and nobody addresses that.
Correct.
So anyway, I can't handicap the midterms at this point because I said too much change in the air. Can you handicap it?
I can tell you now that the Democrats have a very slight advantage. In 2018, they were plus 10. At this point, they're plus 2, which means exactly what you said in your talking points, Bill, is right. This is up for grabs, but unless Trump and the Republicans take the clear message of yesterday to heart, it will go in the wrong direction. If they do listen and they are able to perform and communicate, it will be a very different outcome than the first midterm election.
All right, Doug, always appreciate it. Thanks very much.
No, my pleasure always, Bill.
Okay.